Between Microsoft's first-party titles and third-party games coming exclusively to the platform, there are a good number of interesting Xbox titles coming up. However, one title that's looked intriguing since the very moment it was showcased was 12 Minutes. The narrative thriller is out on August the 19th for PC, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, along with launching day one on Xbox Game Pass. So, what's the deal with Luis Antonio's debut title, and what sets it apart from the pack? Before we go ahead, a quick request. We upload new videos every single day, and your subscription matters a lot. So, please consider subscribing and enabling all notifications by clicking the bell icon. With that out of the way, let's begin. Story setup.
You know?
I know because you already gave it to me. This has happened before.
The first thing to note is the story setup. All events take place within the confines of a single apartment where a man and his wife are living. As time passes, the two have dinner and the man learns that his wife is pregnant. However, their celebration is interrupted by a knocking at the door, which leads to a police officer entering and restraining the two. As the man is knocked out and his wife seemingly killed, there's a core mystery to find out what exactly is going on. What prompted these events? Time loop.
Look, I know this sounds weird, but the day's repeating itself.
Of course, the game doesn't end there. The man finds himself back at the beginning, trapped in a time loop. The same events begin to unfold again, and within the same 12 minutes, he'll have to confront the same police officer. However, this could also be an opportunity to set things right and save his wife and their unborn child. No clear goal. While preventing his wife's murder is one goal, there is certainly a lot more to the story of 12 Minutes than meets the eye. As the initial reveal trailer showcased, the wife is accused of murdering her father. Why is the police officer playing judge, jury, and executioner? Is the player's goal to stop her from being murdered, to kill the officer, to solve the mystery of the murder and prove her innocence, or to just break out of the loop? Why have only the past 12 minutes been looping too? What are the conditions for the loop?
Why are you doing this? My father died
Of a heart attack?
No, I didn't have anything to do with...
The player is free to try all sorts of things, and the game will react accordingly. These could range from getting a cup of water for the wife and having a conversation about dessert to attacking the officer with a knife when you get the chance, or even taking the knife, hiding in the bathroom and striking when the opportunity arises. The reveal trailer also pointed towards a number of other scenarios, like hiding in the bathroom with the woman, which can lead to the officer finding them there. If you don't lock the door beforehand, then the officer will burst into the apartment that much more easily. Dialogue choices.
What's the occasion?
I'll tell you over dessert.
Alright, I'm ready to get wowed by this dessert.
Just give me 1 second.
Experimentation and trying different choices is key, but even if this is the same scenario on repeat, you're learning more and more new information. With each new cycle, you can use that information to try and impact the plot. This is manifested in the form of dialogue choices based on what you've experienced already. After looping once, the player gains a range of options, from telling the woman that it feels like the same day, informing her about the cop, or even asking about her past. You can then try to prove that the day is restarting, and no, telling the wife that she's thirsty based on the previous instance of giving her water won't work, or go into more detail. Different decisions will likely open up different dialogue choices, so you're encouraged to play around and see what's subsequently unlocked.
No!
Under arrest! Hey!
The clock is ticking. One of the many unique things about 12 Minutes is that, like Outer Wilds, the clock is always ticking. You need to come up with something, anything, within that time span before the loop is reset. This could mean saying or doing different things at specific times, lest you miss the window of opportunity and have to start over. It gives a real sense of urgency to the proceedings, while also making them feel more dynamic. What will each decision lead to, and how will it impact the overall story? It's up to the player to find out.
Did you call the police?
We have a warrant. Please open the door.
I didn't do anything!
We're here to help.
Don't listen to him. I'm your only chance.
Open the door.
Top-down perspective. Another unique twist is in the perspective. The action unfolds from a top-down perspective, providing a full view of the apartment at all times. Gameplay-wise, this means that you can easily scan the different items available. Aesthetically, there's a bit of a detachment from the main characters, especially since you can't really see their faces or expressions. But due to the size of the apartment, it's almost like watching a stage play unfold, while simultaneously having your actions influence the direction. It's unique, at least for this kind of personal narrative, and fits the overall mechanics of the time loop well.
I love you. You have to believe me.
Stop!
No.
You're under arrest.
Hey!
Minimal focused scope. Though players will be playing through a 12-minute loop multiple times, creator Luis Antonio estimated a total playtime of about 6 to 8 hours. The original goal was to set the game in a neighborhood over a 24-hour period, but the overall scope proved to be too large, so the location and the time was scaled back. Besides, while there have been a number of time-looping titles that take place over a period of hours or even days, 12 minutes is one of the few that unfolds in real time, each time over a relatively shorter span. This overall focus on a more minimalist design extends to the gameplay. Originally, there were timepieces that would help the player anticipate what was coming next. However, these were subsequently removed to keep the focus on the conversations and keeping track of details learned therein, which the small size of the apartment also helps with.
You're home. What are you doing? Are you okay?
Gameplay details. The screen doesn't have a HUD or really any gauges that explain much. Is there a way to tell how much time is left, or does that not matter? If you right-click on the mouse, it tells you how much time you have left. But the game is designed in a way that you don't need that, said Luis Antonio in an interview with GamingBolt back in 2019. You learn by the cues of the environment and the sounds that are happening, and naturally you'll know that you have a minute left or 2 minutes left. Early on I realised it's not fun to be stressed with these things. I never make you pile up 15 combinations and you miss combination 14 and you have to do it again. There's no stress, you can plan it out. It's more knowing what you want to do, rather. So the time is there, but it's not really too short. I mean, it is, but not like per second. The wife. So how does the wife play into all this? Do you have to continually go over facts with her? She also learns from everything you're doing. For example, if you told her the cop is coming and you ask her not to open the door, she thinks you're joking. When the cop actually comes, she's going to realize you're telling the truth. She's not going to open the door. She's going to be like, "That's the guy you're talking about," states Antonio. Accessibility. The game is going to be a highly accessible product for players. Accessibility is a big thing, Antonio told us. I made the game something everyone can try. That leads to the top-down view, so navigation is accessible. You just click where you want to go. There's no dealing with perspective or moving up and down. It also means the interface is drag and drop. You just combine things to create interactions. I realize that allows for a pretty complex experience without losing anything. 12 Minutes is out next month. So what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.